Ready for the mosh pit, shaka bra.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to StrangeCast Player One vs. Life is Strange Fan Podcast, episode 123, Side B. I'm one of your co-hosts, Adnan Riaz. My co-host, Adam Evalt, is here. Adam, you're here.
I'm here? Right here? Oh my god, that's so wild. That's crazy. I'm glad to be a part of this.
Aren't we all? We're here after 123 episodes, if not more, depending on where they've been written. So the ship goes on. But yes, we're back for our Patreon Lost Records Journal X StrangeCast episode special that we're doing. So this is the second part of it. So we'll get the ball rolling with this. So if you are new here as well, please do consider dropping subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like the video, and share with your friends. And Lost Records Journal and StrangeCast are both available on all podcast services. So check us out on Spotify with the video versions. Apple Podcasts, go and check us out there. You can go and get instant access to the episodes as soon as they become available. You can download them, you can rate us, and you can help boost our visibility to other people. We're on social media as well, so do follow us on social media is helpful with you doing that. And also as well, we are on Patreon, which is why this episode exists, because it is a Patreon special, because our lovely Patreon users drop questions for us to talk about on topics, so we can go through them. We wrapped up from the last part. Adam, should we just go straight into this?
Oh yeah, let's do this.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
So, if I remember correctly, how we just finished that, which was about 5 minutes ago, and I completely forgot. Did I close that page? No, I got the Michelle photo then from it. I was like, let's go pull that up. I was all right. Get that out of the way. So, we're going to continue with our Patreon questions. Should we go with Ashlyn Nala?
Yeah,
I'll go back into order. Let's have a look at this. So, let's go even make it more awkward. We'll come back to that one at the bottom. So we'll go there. Also, a follow-up question to my last one for each of you. Is there a video game or video game series that has had any impacts on you and your life, like help you see things in the world differently or see yourself differently? I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Like I said, I always say that Halo 2 was the first time. I was 13 years old when that game came out. I was 13, and I wanted to be involved in music, but I also love video games, and I think that soundtrack really kind of like clicked in my brain. Like, oh, I can do both. Like, there was always like good game music, but the way that soundtrack played out really stuck with me. The choir music, the electric guitars, of course, like the cinematics of Halo 2. When I was 13 years old, I was at the ripe age of like figuring out what I wanted in my life. Did adults in my life encourage me to go on that path? Well, that's why I started again at 30, because they you know, like family members, they're so cool to you. They're so great to encourage you to follow your dreams. But yeah, so in terms of like seeing the world differently, the Saboteur really did something for me. That was a good game. Where it's just like the war within like your own localization. Like that's a really good one to like really change your perspective. Man, I'm trying to think of like a really like deep cut one. Do you Yeah. What do you think?
Well, Life is Strange was one of them, obviously, with
Yes.
seeing myself differently. Max was, again, one of those like early moments that you kind of feel something's different about yourself. So it kind of like made an awakening moment, very subtly. But no, Life is Strange was one. There goes that.
Oh boy.
There's the awakening that happened. So yeah,
Yes.
Life is Strange was one. So Gone Home was good as well. I thought it was a very powerful story as well. I thought it was very well done and very smart as well, and that really changed my perspective on things. A big one, really, 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 really. I thought it was like, again, it was for its time and it was brilliant, and I think not many games could do what it did, and it was Telltale's The Walking Dead. Lee and Clementine and that combination, like, oh my god, those stories are very rare to get nowadays, I think, in video games. I know you have like Kratos and Atreus and stuff, but I think like Clementine and Lee and all the other things that are going, like the way the game starts as well, like you just don't expect it to start that way either. Like that's the other thing. I'm not going to try and ruin it because I don't know if Ashlyn's played it or not, because I would love you to play it as it is. But there are some moments as well, and there's one moment that really strikes me. It's not even in the first Walking Dead as well. It's later in the seasons, but like Lee and Clementine's relationship in that game is unbelievable. Like one of those like better moments. So that game really changed my perspective on things. Detroit Become Human has aged really well as well. I think with the AI kind of things, I know people like to have a laugh at David Cage, but I think David Cage has got that was really one of his best pieces of work that he's ever done, and it really hit home with a lot of themes. So very much again one of those games that really hit me in terms of the world and like even myself. Perspective wise, I think a really big one was Bioshock, the first Bioshock. And then also Minerva's Den as well. So I think like Bioshock from the perspective of Andrew Ryan, and when people talk about utopias and stuff and creating those kind of things and what they eventually descend into. And then Minerva's Den, which was like one of the most redemption pieces of story that was ever like as a DLC component for Bioshock 2. Like the story focus on that. The story is just like, the story hits hard in that game. Very, 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 very well done. So yeah, I think like those are some of the games I think like that I kind of like really like, impacted the world that I see, the way I see the world and whatnot. I'm trying to think if there's any more off the top of my head, like anything majorly that's like changed my mind on things. Not The Last of Us. Remember that? Oh, it's a draft, and they were like, "Oh my god!" It's like, no, I do like. I don't mind The Last of Us. I don't think it's the best Naughty Dog game by any stretch of imagination. I think it's one of the best.
For me personally, because like music is like big in my life, huge. Always has been, always will be. I think like for a game to stick with me, it's not really about perspective. It's about like what will sustain me in terms of like music.
Yeah.
And Oxenfree was a big one for me. Oxenfree was the one that got me back into pursuing music again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all about like how does the music work within the game. Of course, Xenoblade's music is just phenomenal. Of course,
Yeah.
Or even Near Automata's music is just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So it's just a way of like how the music really stains me rather than perspective.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, what will stain me is pretty much Halo, Near Automatas, and Oxenfree, of course.
Yeah, Oxenfree was great. Like that was a really poignant thing at the ending of the game. I thought that was a really, really great moment the way it ends. I think, I mean, like Metal Gear Solid, the first Metal Gear Solid was transformative. Like I think for everyone as well. I think it changed the entire video game industry as well. That was like the first game that really took that lead on making films and games come more closer aligned. So I think the first Metal Gear had a massive impact on me, like both from the world's perspective and then even myself as well. I thought it was unbelievable the way it was done. Yeah, and other than that, yeah, it's kind of hard. I don't really know if like had like thingy for different reasons though. I think it was more for like from the gaming experience. It wasn't from myself perspective or like for how I see the world. I think it's just more about like other commentary. There's very few games that sometimes necessarily done that. So I think like those other ones kind of stood out for me. Tell Me Why Was Good as well. I thought Tell Me Why Was Good. I thought that was an interesting story to be told. And I think if there was more time with that, I think maybe it could have been something even better. But yeah, I think I'm not too sure if there's anything else that's really like think it'd be. Maybe like Resident Evil 4 for the nice Mikami humor as well about bingo and other things as well, and like Leon being 2004 cartoonish like 1990s action hero. But yeah, it's very hard to kind of do that where you have that rippling effect for your industry and like you kind of break into other things as well. I think it's something. But yeah, I think those kind of changed it. Final Fantasy VII would be another one actually, changed my world's perspective, like building worlds and building something unique. The entire like Shinra Corp and stuff like that. I think it's like it's not a Tolkien-esque. Like Tolkien's a different animal, but it's like it creates something that's like a really great universe that you can kind of get lost in, and it's just amazing that they can have that kind of cohesion with something. So yeah, I think mainly those as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, thank you for that question. Appreciated. So we'll go back into rotation. I believe it'll be KJL who will come into this conversation now. We're going up here. Oh, actually, that's an interesting one. What do you think is the best optional Polaroid pick Max does in Life is Strange 1? And he has been very grateful enough to give us the optional Polaroid photos from the Life is Strange wiki page as well.
I already have mine.
What do you have?
Episode 5 with the giant squirrels.
The giant squirrels.
Yes.
God.
Giant squirrels in episode 5. That's episode 3. Yeah.
Some
No, I'm still sticking with.
See, I think this is a really good one. That one's a really good one. The whale.
Yes, the whale.
The giant whale. The way it's done and the way that camera.
Oh, there we go. Out. Squirrels, giant squirrels, right there. Yeah, 100% that one.
It's proper Michelle coded that.
Was a great one. Yes, just like you look out that window and there's like massive squirrels outside. Yeah, 100% that one.
That was a good one. It was very low key, but the balls is always a good one.
Yeah, the bottles to just like put your nose in the poop. Yeah.
Right at the end of the game. Yeah, there's some really good Polaroids in this game, like optional shoots as well. I remember like doing the first time playthrough. I was like, oh my god, don't mess this up. That's a cool one, actually. Full circle.
Yes.
And the
that was cool.
fifth episode in the gallery in the Zeitgeist
gallery. Fifth episode had the best ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of wrap things up.
Yeah, I did wrap a lot of things up with like shot by shots, and it got some really like cool moments in it. I do like that whale one though. The whales one is very cool. As a shot. Yeah, I think probably maybe just that. Can't remember if there's any more actually that's like really stunned. The skeleton one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good. Yeah, the cigarette in the mouth.
Yeah.
That's great.
Squirrels, yeah. I think maybe that. Oh, actually, no. Hang on a minute.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Like, yeah, the dough photo's iconic. Yeah, the dough photo's iconic. Actually, maybe it will be the dough. Actually, that's also a good one as well. Obviously, Fire Walk with Me.
Oh,
which is Twin Peaks as well. So, that's that. Yeah, I think that's it. That's also a cool one as well. The photo of Chloe in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, before I keep saying that was a cool one, I'm going to wrap it up here. So yes, thank you for that, KJ. That was actually quite a fun one. That right, Adam. Should we continue on to our next one as well?
Yes.
Go back on here.
Let's do that.
Pulls back up onto the screen, and so we'll go to Clarx then. So we've done the predictions, we've done the interviews. It would be down here. Oh, let's have a look at that one. So Max and Chloe's relationship is iconic. Beyond the romance debate, what's one of your underrated moments from the series that best captures the emotional core of their bond for you?
Relationship beyond the romance debate, what's the one underrated moment in the series that captures the emotional core? I think honestly,
I've one scene
when they. Yeah, honestly, it's where Chloe first picks up Max in the pickup truck, and they're having kind of their argument of like, why didn't you pick up? I'm sorry, like the indecisiveness, like in the same way in the first part where I said that Max is very indecisive, doesn't know exactly what to do every time, but Chloe is very much in the black and white. Like things are bad, things are good. Like
there's nothing wrong with being black and white. Can we stop? Sam Bradley said this, and you're now saying I'm joking.
But no, that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. When we're talking about like what is like the one moment that like puts them in perspective of who they are as people. It's not about what's right and what's wrong. It's just like Max is very indecisive.
Yeah.
And Chloe is very black and white. So you have that very core moment of like who they are as people and why they are in that relationship and why they are upset in this very moment. So I would say that's a pretty big emotional core of like who they are as friends, you know.
Yeah. So my two, I think, funnily enough, I'll pick the one that I was going to pick second, so it's the one that I didn't pick. But it's ironically near the end of the game where Chloe makes the saying of Max that you need to, decide she's accepted her fate. So it kind of eliminates that idea that when people like she's selfish and yada yada yada, like she takes control of the dynamic and she's like, I've accepted my fate. You need to make autonomous decision on what you do now. It's not Chloe Price that makes the decision; it's Max Caulfield that makes the decision. And I think it kind of adds that layer of like Chloe's entire story arc at the end of the game, because like she's just changed so much and she's become the person that she's meant to be at that point. And I think it's representative of her, and it's also representative of Max. It's almost like, it's weird. This is a really weird analogy. So one of my favorite TV shows of all time is Yu-Gi-Oh, the anime series. I love the first season of the Yu-Gi-Oh series. And when the series ends, it ends with a duel between Atem the Pharaoh and Yugi. And the entire point is that Yugi has to beat Atem so that Atem can move on. And it's a setting stone for Yugi in the next part of his life that he is the king of games. He can move forward. He can be on his own. He can do it on his own. And when he does it as well, and Yugi has that moment as well, he wins, and it's like he stands on his own 2 feet. So he becomes his own person. So it's the same with when Max finishes the game as well. She has become Max Caulfield. She is the person that she is there. It's that coming of age story, the full completion, the full circle. And that's what it kind of reminds me of there. It's like when Max makes that decision, she makes it from the autonomous decision of you as the person. But then also, again, it's representative of Chloe, who's made the decision where she's not selfish. She's not coming from a selfish place. She's coming from a pragmatic place. She's becoming Chloe Price, because Chloe Price is dysfunctional for different reasons. And it's quite applicable in the game as you see it. So it kind of bounces off what your point is, where that dynamic works well. And it like kind of culminates at the end where Chloe becomes the person that she is, and she doesn't try and like make Max do something or change something. It becomes a true friendship by the end of the game, in terms of that's where the game should have ended. Like that's where Max and Chloe's relationship would have gone if they hadn't been away. So I think that's a really good scene. So that would be a second one. The first one, which is I think my favorite, it's very interesting. It's when Chloe gives Max William's camera, because Chloe at that point is obviously peeved off with Max, because you see it from the car journey all the way up, and even like literally 5 minutes before she gives her the camera, and she's like, did you take this, you little brat? Like, the photo. She's like, and she's obviously annoyed about her, but it's the goodwill of what Chloe Price is. It's the innocence. It's the connection to the past. It's those little things, and it's like extending something, because like at that point, how much has Chloe Price done something for anyone else in terms of like in that game? It's like the only thing that she's done at that point, she's given Max a getaway when Nathan was there, but it's like an actual, I'm doing this out of my own goodwill. Here, take it because you like it, and you reestablish that friendship. So literally 10 minutes before that, it's the opposite of the dynamic, because it's like volatile. It's like, we're back together. You haven't seen me for 5 years. I've been like this. Rachel Amber's abandoned me, blah, blah. And it's like next minute, it just changes that, and it shifts the tone of things. And you start seeing it in the second episode, and it's really smart how it plays out, because you see the way that Chloe talks about her powers, and she like, I can be your faithful chauffeur and companion. So she knows where her place is in that relationship. It's just kind of coming to an acceptance. So I think those 2 moments really stand out for me, I think.
100%. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, so I think those are good picks. So thank you for the question. Should we move into the next one? I think this might be the Lost fans' last question, which will be interesting. So let's have a quick look, unless I've miscounted them as well. So I'm going to move myself back down here with you, and we're going to go up here. No, I think there's more actually. So yeah, we did the bean ones, we did the book one. Oh, there's 2 more. Let's do this one quick first then.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, the news of
course we'll have a look.
What's that?
Of course we'll have a look.
Of course we'll have a look. The news of Chloe making the top 100 made me think about how she and Max are my favorite video game characters, and who my top 5 would be. GLaDOS, Vivi from FF9. Oh, that's interesting. And 2B from Near.
Let's go.
Would round it out if I had to decide. Adam, before I continue with that,
yes.
No, there's no fucking Steve in there, is there? Why is there? I thought you said
that's
Steve,
because Lost Fan has taste. Lost Fan has taste. Like, that's what I mean. Everybody else is vanilla, but we're working with Rocky Road with Lost Fan.
Yeah, there you go. So, and since you've done your top 5 games previously, now who are your top 5 video games? Oh, Jesus Christ! Who are your top 5 video game characters?
Yours is Snake, Solid Snake, Big Boss,
Liquid Snake, Solidus Snake, Venom Snake. There we go. 5 snakes. There we go. Perfect.
There you go. Done. Yeah, that's your top 5. Top 5 of all time. Of course, I'm going to say Master. Of course, I'm going to say Master Chief. Of course, I'm going to say Master Chief. Of course, we're going to have a look. You bellend. I won't say actually Master Chief. I'm actually going to say from Halo. Man, I'm actually gonna go off of like a separate.
What's the guy called from Reach, the main character?
That's what I'm trying to think of too. I haven't played Reach in so long, and I'm so terrible with names that
Why
just
don't you
like
think it's called Spartan Locke. That's Halo 5, isn't it?
No, Spartan Locke is right there, the worst character in Halo 5. Yeah. No, I can't remember, but Halo Reach was a good one. What was the one with the skull mask? Yeah, can't remember.
So what's the main character in Halo Reach called? I was thinking. Sorry, I was thinking ODST. Who's the main character of ODST? That game was underrated. The ending is great in that. Oh,
Yeah.
what a great.
That was a great one because Marty O'Donnell, he wanted to make a jazz soundtrack. And
Yeah.
so when they gave him ODST, he's like, "Can I do jazz, please? Can I do the jazz?" And so they're like, "Yeah, Marty, you do your thing." Like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do jazz."
So you play as Noble 6 in Halo Reach.
Noble 6, that's another good character. Man, I just like I'm you know what? I'm gonna say Arbiter. I'm gonna say Arbiter is my favorite character in the entire Halo series, just because his journey is so vast and different, and he questions his own authority. And of course, the voice actor, who I can't think of his name, he's a legendary voice actor, and I can't think of his name, but like a legend voice, dude. Absolute like goat.
Yeah.
Do I know his name? Can't remember because I suck with names. But I'm gonna say Arbiter is number like no particular order, but the first one is Arbiter.
Do you want to go one by one? It might help you
Yeah,
think
let's do
what's
one
to
by
them.
one.
We'll
Yeah.
just get the elephant out of the room for myself. The first one would be Solid Snake, one of the greatest
Yeah.
video game characters of all time. Great personal, like he with MGS1. I could write theses of how smart that game is, because that game is a direct sequel to Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Not many people have even played that game because it was released on the MSX home computer. I think it was released in Japan for ages and didn't come to the North American market for years. But it's a direct sequel to two games which most people haven't played, but it presents itself as a standalone game, like the first entry of like the solid entries. And one thing that Kojima does really well is that Snake, and it's a meme as well, Snake just asks questions every single time. Someone's like, he's like, laissez-faire. Terry was like, laissez-faire? And he always asks a question, but it's projection, because what he's doing is you transplant yourself onto that character because he's trying to fit things in that you don't know. And one of the things I found really interesting was when Yoji Shinkawa was drawing Snake, he drew him as a very very neutral colors. So when you see Snake from the first game, he's very neutral colors. But then if you look at Snake from the MSX home computer ones, he's designed like is it Michael Biehn from the Terminator from
Yes.
Terminator and also Aliens? He's got that design. He's got literally that kind of design. So they changed the entire look of him. But as a protagonist, unbelievable, great story, everything. MGS4 was like, oh my god, what a moment that was! Great.
I'm actually gonna go and say, dude, I'm trying not to be. I'm trying not to be this way, but yeah, I'm gonna say Kirby. Kirby, dude. Kirby, dude. Like, because again, like he's so versatile. He can be literally anything, and it's like you have Kirby Dreamland on the Game Boy all the way to Forgotten Lands, and you just have all these different Kirby stories, and you have Kirby Air Riders going in. Like, he's such a versatile character, and he's also a chef. It's also a chef, Kirby. So the anime was great with Kirby. So yeah, I'm gonna say Arbiter to Kirby.
This is going to be a really weird one, but I'm going to keep with it. Pokemon Trainer Red.
Okay.
Who isn't actually becomes a character, but I'm implying that in the sense that you as the character, which is the Pokemon Red and Blue. That character I think is just iconic because it's actually not got like a name or thing. Obviously we have like Ash and stuff, but I think that was a special character to create something like that custom made character, and then to the way they evolved it as well in the next game, where like people like if you played that game, you know that music. You go to the top of Mount Silver and it's like dun 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 dun. You know it. It's just iconic, and it was such a way of culminating such an incredible experience that you finish the game by basically challenging your own self as the champion of the entire like Pokemon universe. I'm going to say it's Pokemon Trainer Red, but in the neutral sense, where it's like as a character to play the first Pokemon game. Those are special games, man. Oh my god. I remember growing up in the 1990s, Pokemon coming about. Like now, Pokemon's like an established franchise and people love it. Very Disney-esque in the sense that, but Pokemon just galvanized people in a way I've never seen anything do that. Like not even Star Wars did it. Not even Disney did it. Like because it was everything. Pokemon was that everyone had Pokemon cards. Everyone was doing everything with it. So I think I would give Pokemon Trainer Red as the kind of thing, but I would just say it's Pokemon Trainer will be kind of as a protagonist.
I'm gonna go with Chloe Price as my third. I think so. Chloe Price, I definitely resonate with Chloe a lot. I definitely resonate with like a broken household. Like I definitely resonate with that, with like a broken family and just not knowing what to do with yourself. So you just try a little too hard to have a defense mechanism. So just for the clear stance of like, I really resonate with Chloe. So I'm gonna say, yeah, Arbiter, Chloe, and Kirby.
Some interesting ones there. My
Yeah.
boy Frank West is going to have to be left out of this pick. We've got too many little picks for it, but I do love Frank West as a, it's such a weird, so great it is. Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
I will go
What about
with
Spider-Man? You like Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. Oh my God almighty.
Steve.
I will go with Marcus Phoenix.
Yes. Ooh, yeah.
Great protagonist. Great
Yes.
protagonist. I think underrated. Obviously, Gears of War was an unbelievable triumph. I think the first 3 stories, Marcus Phoenix is underrated for the role that he plays in that game, and the kind of like character that he is as well. Like, you know, he's very brutish and he's like a soldier, but he's got so much like thing about him. There's just something about him that stands out. I think he's a great character. Really enjoyable. He's a protagonist. I've gone more sort of protagonist at the minute, but I think he is a very good character. Very underrated as well. I think he goes into that Cliffy B shooter kind of thing, like, you know, bro shooter kind of thing. But I think he's more than that, which is the main thing. He stands out, and is the emotion as well that comes with him as well, and it shows. I think great protagonist.
I'm also going to give a Gears of War pick. A little shout out here.
Yes.
It's not Marcus. It's not Dom.
Bad.
No, not Bear.
Coltrane.
Coltrane, baby. Coltrane. Absolutely legend character, dude. So I'm definitely going to give my 4th pick to Coltrane. As you can see, there's a theme with, you know, Chloe Price, Coltrane, Kirby, Arbiter. That's where I'm going. I like Coltrane, dude. I like Coltrane a lot. Just very positive attitude in like a time of war. Very cool story of his, like basically NFL player, ex-football player turned into a soldier. So
yeah,
I think a really deep and lovable character, Coltrane.
Oh yeah, he's a great character, Coltrane. He's a really great character.
Yeah.
The
Coltrane,
baby. Oh, I've got like I'm leaving some people out here. I think Leon's probably gonna fall out of this.
Yeah.
I'm really the women are getting caught out of this as well. Oh my God, I can't believe this. There's so many. Right, unfortunately, mine's gonna have to be. I'm missing some women who I would have put in. I think I put Pokemon Red too prematurely, but we're gonna have to leave it there. Number 4 is going to have to be Sephiroth, who is one of the greatest villains ever made. Like, oh my God. Like the way they did the remakes. I know some people are split on the remakes. Obviously, if you're a Final Fantasy VII purist, but Sephiroth is one of the coolest villains ever to grace the entire video game scene. He's just unbelievable. He's so cool. And One Winged Angel as well is just, oh my God. I'm gonna see, like, when you play something and that music's like dun, dun, dun. Oh my God, it's like, yeah, I have to put the villains on here. I don't know why I didn't put more villains on here. I don't know why Liquid Snake's not on here. You know, when he's like driving down his car, he's like, not over yet, Snake, and he's like just shooting them. It's like, the villain, it just has to be a villain on there. I think you have to put villain. Yeah, so Sephiroth, unbelievable villain, just great. Katana, everything else of it. Oh, my boy Kiryu's going to get left. Oh, my God, no. I've messed this entire order up, man.
My last pick, bro, I'm going with Nona from Oxenfree.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, Nona from Oxenfree. I like her character a lot. She's cool, but also just like freaking out in all the best ways. I think her line, like, this night has gone banana bread. Like, I love that line, dude. So I really like her character essence in Oxenfree a lot. I think she's a good reprieve from the other ones. So yeah, Nona, Oxenfree.
Nice. My last one, unfortunately, Max Caulfield's getting left off annoyingly this one, which is again to my heartbreak because she was going to be on Hitbot, and I'm going to have to bleed into the way it has to be Big Boss, the Snake.
Big Boss.
Solid Snake, Big Boss. The two inseparable for. I think Big Boss is the way that he went off and did that after 3 and did the characters and stuff. Big Boss is one of the greatest characters ever made. Like for nuance and stuff like that, amazing. And I can't believe I've got 5 because like I would have put like the boss in there. I would have put like Jill Valentine as well. I think there's some great characters as well, female characters that I was able missed off and wasn't able to put in. I would have put more villains in there as well. I don't know why I didn't put more villains in either. Like General Ram, I thought was a great character from Gears of War.
Yeah.
Didn't even talk that much, but he made his impact. He came and did his thing. I think it'd have to be Big Boss, my final one, and it's just a thingy. Oh, some great characters, man. It's really, when I think about it now, I missed out some really big, really hard to pick it out. But do you know what as well? Can I just point it out? No Steve in either of these. Again, just point that out.
Steve. I played maybe 10 minutes of Minecraft, so.
See, I always struck you as the kind of person that would probably be playing Minecraft for years and whatever else.
It overwhelms me. It's too much.
Fortnite doesn't.
Fortnite doesn't, because there's an objective: kill people. Eliminate people. Because I'm very competitive. Again, I play basketball. I play a lot of competitive sports. So if I'm competing in something, boom. But if it's throw me in. The same reason why I can't play Stardew Valley. Throw me in somewhere, I'm build out. I'm too much. Too much. I need an objective here. I can't just do something. Yeah. Never played Minecraft. Never played Stardew.
Saying that, there's unfortunately been a comment on the podcast, but it's on the previous episode with Thomas Merch saying about the merchant saying what are you buying? What are you selling?
What are you buying?
To see the remake didn't do that well. I think they changed too much of that. That should have stayed as it was. Him being as cartoonish, he should have stayed there. He's perfect. So that merchant is just great. So I think, oh my god, there's some great characters. Even itself as well, just for designs as well, the Big Daddy and stuff as well. I think that's a great one. Little Sisters. I think those some underrated designs, man. Underrated designs. I've been watching a lot of things in my spare time, doing cartoons and stuff of the past, and there's some designs which don't get talked about enough nowadays. Just for things that were from the 90s and 2000s. It's insane. But anyway, thank you for that. Should we move back into Ashlyn? I think it'll be Ashlyn Nala, won't it? Back into. Okay, so we'll continue, Adam. Got Ashlyn Nala up next. We'll come back to that one maybe at the end, see if we've got time to that one in there. I'm going to go back down here one. There is. So let's go to that one. Start with the thingy. So I have a few, some which I've already posted as comments on the YouTube videos, but my question to you would be, if there was a tape 3 to Lost Records, what would you both like to see come from it and wouldn't want to? Which obviously is Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. We have talked about that a couple of times, but it's kind of hard. It's a bit hard now as well because they're not making the sequel, unfortunately.
So I would like to see Tape 3 be almost like DLC, and I haven't played this yet. But after I finished Still Wakes the Deep, there's a new DLC, and it takes place 10 years after the events of Still Wakes the Deep, and you're kind of finding out some things. You're kind of investigating Still Wakes the Deep, essentially. So I would kind of like something like that. You're playing as a brand new character. If anything, I want it to be a bridge between Lost Records 1 and Lost Records 2, where you're playing this brand new character years after, in between when they're teenagers and adults. So maybe 2005, right? So 2005, you're kind of investigating some certain aspects of things. So that's what I would want Tape 3 to be, because we kind of have a flow of motion between Tape 1 and Tape 2. We have the adult scene, but what happens in between? What happens after everything happens? So that's what I would see. What I would not want to see, your question being, I don't want to see a continuation of either one of the girls. I just think that just kind of we kind of have it wrapped up. What else do you have to say?
Well, it depends if you asked for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see maybe I wouldn't want to see what happened to cats. I wouldn't want to see that. Kind of leave that to be a mystery for us. But an investigation, I would like to see.
Yeah, I mean, what I would want to see for Tape 3 is the contents of that LA trip that they've gone on. that should be Tape 3. No, on a serious note, I would stick with this. I think that it should be focused mainly on the McLoughlin Ranch. It becomes some kind of little thing where 4 people can come and stay and do a summer and work on it. and it's very Jumanji-esque where they can connect with the other characters. So obviously we have like a focus on an older Dylan. The characters come to the McLoughlin ranch to like have a summer job or something, and they stay with Dylan on the ranch, and they kind of work around that dynamic. And then obviously you can have, for example, your character stay in Kat's room. So it's like your main character could stay in Kat's room, and it kind of like connects that a bit more. But I'd like it to use that because I'd like to connect it with the Abyss, and then like those characters can meet new characters. So you're kind of connecting the universe where I think obviously Cat and Swan seem to be the more likely ones that you connect with it. That, for example, if they kind of come out the Abyss or something, they could stay at the same age, which is like obviously Cat is big question marks about where she's at in terms of going into the Abyss. She's still quite young. So it would be interesting to kind of have that. Or even like, for example, if something in Cat's room allows Cat to talk to that person because they've arrived, because we're kind of connecting like dots here and trying to tie things back together. I'd like to go down that kind of route where, you know, maybe that's the kind of thing. I've thought about this quite a few times, trying to like whittle it down. So I think that's my main kind of go-to one. My kind of things I wouldn't want to see is just a direct continuation and kind of like go straight down the straight sequel route, because again, like there's more to be told in the game and the story, and I get certain points of it. Not everything needs an explanation. Like, please stop it. I hate when people do that. Like, you've eliminated all sense of mystery and intrigue and things. Like, we don't need to be spoon fed everything, you know. It never delivers. It never ends. If they did it with Life is Strange, it'd be tarred a little bit by knowing what the powers are. It's like, we don't need to know it. And it's like, and it was one of the things that stuck with franchises as well with Square Enix. Oh, well, Alex has a power because she has trauma, and this person has a power because trauma. It's like, do we really need to kind of connect that too much? It's like, you know, I think we can suspend disbelief of this girl who rewound time. Like, you know, come on, we're in a video game here a little bit. But I think like my thing would be not to go down straight sequel route. I'd like to keep it as a standalone sequel, but then you can connect things within the universe and bring things in together. Obviously, there's stuff in the game that you can go to, like the miners and stuff. There's like a lot of more other plot points they can try and focus on, and even earlier origin story. But yeah, I'd like to do it at the McLoughlin Ranch. Dylan becomes not the main character, becomes like a big important character, and then you play as young characters who are staying there for like a summer, and like you could even imitate the first game in parts where it's like if they're staying there for the summer, it's almost like a summer again, and it's like, you know, it starts like having beats in the same route where they find Fawn's curse rest, and you know, they kind of like dealing with the aftermath kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's mainly where I would go.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So thank you for that question. And we'll move back into KJL Kevin for a question here. So I'm going to move us back down to this screen to make it a bit more easier. And we're going to have a look at the next question. So should we do that one? Carry off of that one.
Yeah, let's do it. If
the Lost Records girls had superpowers, what superpowers would is this John Stauder? Has John Stauder taken over this man? It's just about powers, isn't it?
Let's skip this question. Skip that. It's KJL. You're better than this.
He's become John Stauder. That's what he's doing. He is going. It's going to end the screen with KJL Kevin returns at this point. That's where we've got to.
Yeah.
What power are you giving your characters?
Okay, so really quick run through of this. Cat is once again going to be a destructive power. Cat is very volatile and very much like does not really care about who's in her path. She's just going to get her way. So Cat's going to have a destructive power, similar to the way of Daniel, like I said before. So that Nora is going to be that rogue character, like Chloe, like we said before. She can take on personalities, and she can take on whatever she feels like doing, because Nora has ADHD 100%. So her perspective changes all the time. So she's going to take on a new hobby superpower. So she's going to take on new ones. Autumn, I'm going to say is very psychological. Like, she can read into people's thoughts. I think it's going to be in the same way of Erica Mori's character in True Colors. Shoot, Alex Chen.
He's
but same way of Alex Chen, where like you can see the emotions. I think Autumn can really read people better, because Autumn knows people. Autumn can see through people. So I'm gonna say that you can really read the minds. Swan just turns into Olivia Lepore every time she wants to. Just turns into her. I think Swan is a more difficult one to give a power to because Swan's power is introversion. Like Swan doesn't like I think you can say invisibility, but I feel like that's a very vanilla answer. You know, because Swan doesn't really want to be in the spotlight, so invisibility is also in that way. But I think you can I'm trying to think something more nuanced than invisibility, but something more of like you can in a way where you can find people, you can search for people, you can film people. I don't something in the way of like Elle in Stranger Things where like she can like go into somebody's memories, right? Or you can really touch people in that way.
Look at you with the
Because the
Stranger
Autumn
Things
are
references. And like, oh, I watch Stranger Things.
once
Oh.
again, when you binge Stranger Things, see, that's all it's on your mind. Like I literally binged all of it. Even the 2 hour, 22 minutes the finale of season 4. So it's all in my mind right now. I'm gonna say, yeah, like if Autumn is reading people, I think Swan can like dive deep into somebody's memories because she's very film oriented. She's very much she communicates through film. Like that's how she reads things. So if it has to be like reading somebody's memories, so that would be my take.
Mine would be that whenever Swan dreams of an ice cream, she can have it because she can just think it in her mind and it appears. For Autumn, it's that she inherits Tony Hawk's skating ability, so she can do the entire like 360 flip thing, Majiki Majiki. Nora's
The
would be that.
900?
Yeah, the 900, that's one.
The
I think
Majiggy?
the 900. Nora Kelly, no, not Nora Kelly. Nora's one would be a guitar that shoots out supersonic waves. So it can just be like that, or she gets Marty McFly's giant amp or Doc Brown's amp from the first Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And then Kat's would be that she turns into a witch like Marge from the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror when she gets pushed off the.
Which was in the last battle pass of the Simpsons.
Oh, was it?
I got Witch March as a character.
Oh, what a great episode that was!
Right.
Great Treehouse Horror.
Yes.
So yes, that's mine. Stop being like
It was
John
that and
Stauder,
Evil Homer.
KJL.
Yeah.
Too much Marvel for you. That's what you're watching.
Yes.
Too many superhero.
Let's go into a different KJL question. Let's like backtrack out of that.
Are we going to give him another one? You're nice here.
We'll give him another chance.
You're giving him a reprieve, I think they call it.
Yes.
So he's got one here. If you want to be a bit more thingy. Besides being a Life is Strange fan, I'm also a huge fan of the Hunger Games. Any thoughts about the Hunger Games series? A new movie is currently in the works and will hit cinemas next year. Well,
I knew I hated you for a reason.
Jesus Christ.
You are a horrible human being. I think I would throw you into the abyss. What's that?
Jesus Christ, they made a lot of them, didn't they?
The books, yeah.
And the films.
Yeah. I will say this. My wife is a massive Hunger Games fan. She loves Hunger Games. I did not read the books. I did watch the movies though. I think the movies, again, it's someone who has not read the books, but my wife has. I think the movies, the one fault is that Katniss doesn't grow as a person in the movies. I don't know about the books, but like in the movies, Katniss doesn't really grow as a person. Like she doesn't really learn. She doesn't really see things in a new perspective. She's always just so whiny. In the movies, like, oh, I don't want to do this. She doesn't see the bigger picture. Everyone around her grows. Like Peter, I think. I can't remember the other guy's name, but everyone else grows as a character. Katniss doesn't, and that bothers me a lot. I think the movies are very much a moment of their time. They're definitely that like 2010s hero, like Maze Runner, all that. Like it's definitely a movie of its time, which is not a bad thing. It's just what it is. It's kind of like saying like, well, Terminator is a bad movie because it's a moment of its time. doesn't make it a bad movie. It's definitely an 80s, 90s film.
Masterpieces.
That's what I mean. Like, they're masterpieces. Like, but if you see Hunger Games with the context that it's a 2010s like teenage hero, like a young adult's hero, kind of like, again, Divergent, Maze Runner, all that. I can't deny the impact of the books. I can't deny it. I think the books really impacted people in the best way possible. I think that it is an allegory against big governments and what it can do to people. It's a big allegory against the wage gap. So, as someone who hates billionaires, I can't hate Hunger Games. Like, it's just like it wouldn't make sense, you know. That would be like me like being a vegetarian, but I love McDonald's. Love McDonald's. So yeah, I have no strong opinions for Hunger Games, but my wife loves it. Loves
Do you
it.
know
So
what?
I have to look.
It's
Yes.
so funny you mentioned it because I was literally going to say I've only ever watched the first film, but I was kind of spoiled because I watched Battle Royale, and when I watched Battle Royale, it was like it kind of does everything about this before it even became a thing. And literally, I was just searching it then as well, and I know that Tarantino thinks Battle Royale is one of the best films ever made. Literally, there's a new article from Tarantino talking about the new Hunger Games and saying that he's like the people from Battle Royale should sue the creator of the Hunger Games for just basically doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that's the problem with me with the Hunger Games. I'm not necessarily too bothered by it. I didn't realize that there's that many films. I kind of fell out of the picture of
Yeah.
it. Maybe if Steve was in it, I probably would have watched it. But that's a different
Yeah.
thing with it. But I think for me it's because I watched Battle Royale the first time. When I watched that before I watched Hunger Games a while back, and Tarantino's a big fan of Battle Royale, and I could see the massive influence. It's more stylistically shot as well with Battle Royale because it's doing all these kind of things. And it's like actually it's quite influential. But this it's kind of like it's very action oriented. Jennifer Lawrence, and it's like da, 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 and I'm like we got to the end. I'm like cool. So I'm indifferent towards it. If I'm going to be honest with you,
that's where I'm at. I'm like, no strong opinion.
No.
My wife did say that the latest movie did not hit the book correctly.
Ooh.
The latest movie was kind of like not
The
bad, but just like
the Ballad of
Alice on
Songbirds and Snakes.
Yeah, she said the movie just was disappointing compared to the book,
Oof.
but she still enjoyed it. Yeah.
Well, the box office, Jesus Christ, goddamn.
Yeah.
Getting straight
Well,
sequel
Hunger
from it.
Games, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. That. Yeah, it's a very interesting
Yeah.
thing. Though. I do wonder that. I didn't know Riaz was a Hunger Games fan. There you go. So yeah.
Well, that checks out for Kevin. So of course he'll be a Hunger Games fan.
Oh dear,
of course.
Adam. Daring me. Adam, let's keep going. I think Clarx has got one more question which we can get into here at this point then, because we've done the other ones. Yeah, there is. Choice and consequences define the series. If you could rewind and make one major decision across any game, like the Storm ending or Sean Daniels' path, what would it be and why?
Have Chris be an actual character.
You got hung up on that, didn't you?
I very much am. So rewind and make one different major decision across the game. Man, because like I don't know, man. Like the first Life is Strange for me is untouchable. Like I wouldn't make any changes to it. Like quite honestly, I still play it to this day, and I still find something new in that game. I just think that Life is Strange 1 is one. Life is Strange 1 is one of those games that like untouchable, absolutely untouchable. Like I would not make any changes to the first one. The second one, now that's a different story.
Well, I think it's more. I think it's a major decision. It means that it's a choice that's already built into the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I mean. I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah.
I'm standing my ground on that. Like Life is Strange 1 is a very rare game that is just untouchable for me. With again, I'm gonna say this with Life is Strange 2. I think Mushroom died too soon. I think Mushroom died way too soon. I think that decision could have come down the road to episode 4, but to kill off Mushroom that quickly, like we got introduced to her the second half of episode 1 and kill her in the very first part of episode 2, way too soon. We should have built a more bond with Mushroom and then going, and honestly, we didn't find like a good bond towards Mushroom. So that's my big decision.
Mushrooms death is I compare it to that's Michel Coe's George Lucas Temple of Doom moment. That's what it was.
Yeah,
You went straight down that route.
honestly, dude. I think that's where I stand with it. It's just kind of like Life is Strange 2. It's I think there's some things we could have changed, but again, I think it was a very important game. But it's just the way that it flowed. I think could have been different. Before the Storm, get rid of it.
Jesus
Horrible
Christ.
game. Get rid of the Tempest. Hate that game.
Jesus.
With the double exposure, the major chase, it changed the game director. That was a major choice that was made into the game. So I don't know. Am I wrong on saying that? I don't think I would make any changes to Life is Strange 1. Wouldn't make any changes.
I wouldn't change anything. It's hard because I think that game has. I mean, every story has issues. It has one or two issues, but I don't think it's so concentrated. It's hard to kind of change. I don't know if I really change anything in it. That's one of those rare circumstances where I sit here thinking
that's what I
would
mean.
I
It's
actually
one of
change
those games
anything?
I wouldn't change a damn thing. Wouldn't change a thing.
Would I change anything?
Like I said, in the beginning, one question was about Kate Marsh. What would you want? So I'm I would want to see her family.
Yeah.
But do I think it's necessary? No. But if you're going to ask me the question, yeah, I would love to see it. But in terms of Life is Strange 1, no, wouldn't touch a thing. Would not touch a thing.
No, I don't know if I could either.
I can tell you things I would change in Halo 1.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of different things I would change in Halo 1. But for Life is Strange 1, no, wouldn't change a thing.
No, because I think even the main choices are really well picked in that. I wouldn't change anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I think that game's really untouchable for me for a lot of areas. I think it's one or two things that you could maybe tweak, but it'd be almost nitpicking in certain places in certain respects.
Yeah.
Life is Strange 2.
There's a couple different things.
Yeah.
There's some pacing issues in Life is Strange 2.
You and the pacing, man. You and the pacing.
Dude, there are some serious pacing issues with Life is Strange 2. There are some pretty serious ones.
I think I mean, he's got one of the best ending selections by far. The endings are so diverse.
Oh, 100%. The different endings in Life is Strange 2 is unmatched. It's crazy. Just the way you can replay that game. Because again, there is of course pacing issues, but the replayability of Life is Strange 2, I would say I'm going to argue Life is Strange 2 more replayable than Life is Strange 1.
Yeah, for choices and everything.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, in the first one, you also rewind during the game, so you kind of see our choices
Exactly.
Yeah. I think in 2, do you know what as well? I might be nitpicking here, but it's seeing the grandparents. My God, that dragged on for a bit too much. I'm let's get a move on here.
That's what I mean.
I want to get out of here. These people, man, they're a bit annoying. And I think you had a bit more shorter time in a way with Karen and also with Dave as well. I think Karen was a great character. I miss Karen was a great character. Maybe extend a bit more with Cassidy, but again, I think these changes also kind of impact the story because it is meant to be Sean and Daniel through the entire thing. Oh, maybe Brody coming back a couple of times. I wouldn't mind seeing that a couple of times. If you pop by in a drive-by kind of thing, he's got some music blasting from his little car and he's driving past.
I would say Life is Strange 2's biggest issue is a time economy.
Yeah.
The wealth of time in terms of the characters is not well distributed.
With BTS, I would change something. And I would change that entire thing of them trying to potentially make Rachel Amber look like she has powers with the scream. So keep the scream scene as it is, but get rid of the kind of the wind flare. Well, keep the wind flare, but get rid of the planting of the seed that it's a power thing because it doesn't need to be there. It doesn't serve any purpose in that game. There's also other issues, but again, that's limited to 3 episodes and the way they were doing things with that. True Colors. I think True Colors may have 1 or 2 changes that could probably impact that a bit more differently.
1 or 2, I would change a lot.
That game went through quite a few changes, not in a good way. Well, one of the changes I didn't like that I got told about. I don't think that's a good change that they should have done. I think they should have kept the original idea.
There's a couple changes, and I was just oh man, that was a bummer. No, like even the map, I would want slightly bigger. Like a little bit more
Yeah.
exploring.
Oh yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
My, my
Um.
my biggest change by far in the series would be going to Square Enix London, putting my hand on the shoulder of the people that were making DE and be like, "This is a bad idea," whispering that
That's
there,
a bad idea.
and that's it.
Bad. Yeah.
And that's
I
my
think.
accept and refuse
Yeah.
Safi moment with them.
Yeah. That's what I mean. There's a good few changes, but Life is Strange 1 untouchable.
Yeah, the other ones could
Untouchable.
be those other ones are susceptible changes. The first one is the first one's gold standard, so it's going to be the gold standard at this point. It's never going to change. That last one, where do we start? There's like a million different changes. Maybe
Yeah.
starting with don't change the script 50 million times, just keep it as
Mm.
pure as it gets. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Now, Metal Gear Solid 5. Oh man, there's a whole list I would change on that
there's
one.
nothing in that.
First of all,
Crybabies.
nothing bad about it.
Yeah, a bunch of crybabies. It was where it was. It was a very different Metal Gear game from others. It's still a masterpiece as well,
Yes.
as a well-timed game. Should we go into Lost Fan?
Yes.
Or did Lost Fan's questions all get answered? No, there's one more. Yes, there was one more. Yes, I remember that. So I'm going to move it over here. Yes, there we go. So I posted on Blue Sky about how I felt Lost Records was snubbed for the narrative category at the Keeleys. At the Keeleys. That's what she called. We call it after that one. And that it feels like Don't Nod only ever has a chance, with games for Impact. Michelle,
This right there. Yep.
how am I
Like
saying that
honestly,
word?
Don't Not only ever has a chance with Games for Impact. They never recognize them for like any other game except for Games for Impact. 100%.
What's that? How do you say that word? Michelle
Chided me.
chided me? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Michelle chided me, reminded me that it's a very important award, and he's right. But I still feel like the game deserved the narrative nomination over, say, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Do one or both of you feel it was ever snubbed in any categories?
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
And like I said before, I'm hoping this is part of the comment of the day, but Dog Party put it best that like, hey, the Game Awards matter to the people who are making the game, but it shouldn't matter to us as much in terms of like snubbing. And I think he delivered it better than I did, because I was more aggressive against Keeley. But yeah, no, like 100%, like you're absolutely right, Lost Fan. Like Don't Not only ever has a shot at Games for Impact. It is a very much important title to have, but I feel like Don't Not gets pigeonholed into this category.
Yeah, it also diminishes the credibility of Games for Impact because you know what's going to be in there, and then it gets that label. Do you know when they put the letters? Oh, well, is the logo thing? No, what you're doing is you're not putting other
Yeah.
games in it, and you're pigeoning those games that do it anyway. Because, like for example, Lost Records does that anyway. It should be one of the stronger contenders in that bracket, but you should be bringing other things in, and then Lost Records gets bled out into other ones. So, for example, where Lost Fan said that, well, with Michelle's comment, he's just being Michelle. I'm just saying that he's been very, finger tapping thing. He's being nice with
Like,
that.
it's very important, guys.
Yeah,
Very important.
I agree because like even when you said like you would put it into like
And it's
the narrative area, that's what happened with the golden joysticks. It got put into the narrative section with that, which was in best storytelling.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
that's a rare exception where it gets into that. But as it is with the Keeleys, for example, it's not going to get in that because Lost Records isn't gorgeous, lucrative material kind of thing where it's going to pull people's eyes on it. Obviously, you want to put the big hitters in there to kind of get money incentive. It's a nasty part of it because it's the same with the journalism industry and the gaming industry. People like cover the big games because they're the ones that get the traffic and get the numbers and stuff. You're not going to cover XYZ ABC game because they won't pull as much traffic in for searches and stuff. I agree. Well, it got nominated for
we
for a
don't
lot
talk
of them.
about KJL as much. You know, KJL is just like unimportant to our like whole talk. So like we try not to put him in unless he feels like he's important.
It's gonna be a villain
It's just the facts of the journalism.
It's gonna be a villain story at the starting. Yeah, it did get snubbed for awards. The music was a big snub. I think that was a really big snub because like the music in itself, it might not be Clare obscure, but as a diverse kind of like music range to make something like that for that kind of game, it aesthetically fits. And as Adam said with Ghost of Yote, it's different.
Chromatics in it.
Yeah,
Chromatics is in it, dude. Like, come on.
But even more so as well. And I was talking to Ruth Radley about this when I was doing the interview. It's former Chromatics members, but then it's also Milk and Bone, and both of them are opposing on different things. Like Milk and Bone is synthetic electronic pop kind of thing, and then chromatics is that dream pop thing, but they are very different because on that soundtrack you have the Abyss sound from Milk and Bone, and then you have, for example, Dreamers from Ruth Radley, Nat Walker, and Adam Miller, and it's complete opposite. It's like two opposite end of sounds there that you have, like very the dun 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 from the Abyss, and then you have the dun dun, the kind of like the dream pop synth kind of thing with it, and then even like Nora Kelly to kind of add the last palette of flavor. I think that soundtrack should have been nominated. That's the one where it really stood out of it. In actors, it's going to have a very hard time. But again, with the Keeleys, I was saying this, why the hell are there 3 performers in the same category from the same franchise? You've diminished a category which should be split best supporting and lead.
Yeah.
And you make it a bit more option. But it's just, again, representative of the industry. I'm taking the bias away from like Lost Records and stuff, but it's the same with, for example, Life is Strange 1. So like Life is Strange 1, even when it went to the BAFTAs, it got up for best narrative storytelling, for example. And it got also I think it's best narrative, and it got best supporting actor, or was it just actor, whatever it is for the BAFTA. Ashley Birch didn't win, but Don't Nod won for the adventure, for the narrative story game. So it's like they didn't win for games for impact, but then that worked out for it. And you look at, for example, Life is Strange 2, Gonzalo Mountain wins the BAFTA, and then 2 of the other actresses who were in best supporting were nominated. And just add on to this as well, that comment is really reflective because that reminds me of Square Enix, that comment. Because how much did they chase for the games for Impact Awards in the recent Life is Strange games? It was like constant with the True Colors iteration, with double exposure. It was like, let's just get it into this award because it's the one that really appeals to it. And it's like, we expect that anyway from Life is Strange. The standard is to diversify the game and have cast and characters and stuff like that. But there's more to this game. It should be challenging in those areas, which it did in certain places. Because, for example, the performance direction from Webb earns Erica Mori a nomination at the BAFTAs, Han Soto a nomination at the BAFTAs. Erica Mori also gets nominated for the Game Awards, for example. Then you look at Double Exposure, even with its flaws, Hannah Tell gets nominated for a Game Award. Criminally snubbed for a BAFTA. I don't still understand that. How she's not in that BAFTA long list and then even on the short list for the game actors one, I don't understand. It will defy me to the end of my lifetime. But then it was certain people that kind of pushed it into those categories. But this comment is representative of the bigger issue because, for example, even outside of Lost Records, no Life is Strange soundtrack has ever been nominated for a major honor. So it's like with Tessa Rose Jackson when we covered that story recently when she won that other one from the other award ceremony.
Yes.
How is a Life is Strange soundtrack never been nominated for a major honor? And you think about it, even like music from Before the Storm should have won a massive honor. It's one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard.
That's why I said like being like nominated by the Game Awards is still an honor.
Yeah.
Again, if I ever make a soundtrack and it gets nominated at the Keeleys, of course, if I win that, like, of course, I'm gonna be like, thanks, Dorito Pope. I love you, Dorito Pope. Like, of course, I'm gonna like be a brown noser, 100%, dude. Like, it's still a big deal. It's just a matter of like when we as the fans just say like, oh, this person was snubbed. I'm like, it's a giant advertisement, man.
Yeah.
It's just advertisement. And even when you win the award, it is major eyes on your game. Like, again, if I won the soundtrack, like, it's honorable, but then that's major eyes on that soundtrack. Like, oh my God, I should check out that soundtrack. I should check out that game. Yeah. Like, it's just like what it is. It's just like, yeah, it's major awards. So the fact that it was snubbed means that it's less attention on Lost Records. So it is unfortunate, but that's the name of the game with the Keeleys, man. It doesn't matter. It's just a big advert anyway, you know?
Yeah. I think it's frustrating because it's like one of the only major like game quote unquote major gaming honors in 2025 when this industry has like kind of like enveloped itself, whilst like other ones like even you can disregard it in like the film and TV industry. It's like when you have the films, you have the Oscars, you have the BAFTAs, you have the Golden Globes, so you can kind of be like, well, that one's irrelevant and this one's more important kind of thing at times. But this, you literally have the Keeleys and the BAFTA, really, and maybe a golden joystick, but is it as prestigious as the other ones? The debate is really there. It's kind of like the main one is the BAFTA, the other ones are kind of like almost secondary. And like the way, and it also kind of like it helps identify those people because like the amount of times we have to have fights with people being like, well, Deck 9 did this and Don't Nod did this. There's another elephant in the room, people, please. Like, should I get the poster and put it in the background whilst we like do the podcast? Maybe it'll just reaffirm the message of like, there are other people that get involved with it. It becomes quite corporate.
Hmm.
So no, very, very, agree with the take as well. And Michel's well, as you saw as well, he went from being Michael Colch. He took his glasses off when he was writing that comment back to you. He was like, I'm not going to be
Yes.
Michel the professional. I'm going to be Michel there instead. So
Yes.
yeah, perfect. I think but thank you for all the questions. We didn't get through all of them, which I appreciate as well. But we're very grateful for them, and thank you for them. It was enjoyable reading them. So there'll be another incentive that will come next month, and it'll be our end of year special as well. We're right at the end of the year as well, signing off 2025 as well. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, thank you for that. Should we go into comment on the podcast?
Yeah, let's do it.
Seeing as you've ruined one already, but as we'll go into. So the first
I'm glad
one,
you put it in though. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cheers, Adam. Cheers for that. You know, like just well, okay. So the first one was from at Dog Pie. It's from episode 122, side A. The awards themselves matter. Those are for the people who make the games, and actual people vote for them. Those don't deserve the time and attention. The quote unquote game awards. The pure advert show side does not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he put it better than I put it. I was just more frustrated. Like I'm just trying to like make sure people know that like like the game awards are an honorable thing. Like it's cool. Like if you win a game award, it's cool and it's honorable. Like oh my god, like it's in front of millions of people, quite literally. It's in front of millions of people. It's going to be streaming on Amazon Prime. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's a huge thing. You know? But in terms of being
it's hard because like you kind of lose the message of it as well, because the way he does the award ceremony, because it's like when he funnels people through, it's like, and this water goes too, and this water goes too, because he's trying to get people through. There's less time spent on. Do you know what the problem is with that show? There's less time spent on actual awards than all the other theatrical performances. There's just a stuffing of trailers, someone doing some weird live performance, and then everything else in between it. So the awards feel like the third thing of that entire show. Yes. That's why it's nauseating. It's like, it's kind of like, hang on a minute, we're here for the people. And he's like, and here's, here's Scientific with a harmonica playing the Oxenfree theme on like, with like a massive orchestral thing behind him. It's like, that's cool, but that's not really the main thing here. It's like, we like Scientific, but it's not about him doing that. We kind of want to see people win awards, put the camera on them, get those people's faces, but no, that doesn't sell. It's kind of like, it's the same with, and when you say about games with Impact, he wouldn't like run over it because you'd be like, oh shit, it would be like loads of like backlash. But like, how much is it? Literally, as Michel probably gets on the stage and wins for the games for Impact, he'll have like, the entire like clock in the background, like Michel, wrap it up. It's like, come on,
exactly.
Yeah, so
no, that's what I mean, dude. It's like it's important for the game developers, but for us as the audience, like enjoy the show, man. Like in terms of snubs, it's like it's it's a big stage. They're only going to talk about big games,
Yeah. So that's that first comment. So thank you to At Party. The second part had a lot of interesting comments, and I was going to put some in. I think Alex was popped up Dream Prism. Said that was it Ellie? He said Ellie's more. Steve is more known than Ellie, which I'm like,
yes,
I'm not over Steve Gay here. If you go and look at Games Radar, they've just done a 50 best video game characters of all time, and Chloe Price is in it, but not Steve. So it's like, I'm standing on my ground here.
Well, we're talking about best characters, but we're talking about then iconic characters. Like he's an icon. He's not a character. He's like he's a logo.
As a mascot and a brand. Look, I haven't played the game, but like as a mascot and a brand, as the pixel that he is, that is iconic. Where it's like, people like it's Minecraft.
But okay, would you describe Crash Bandicoot as a character or as a logo?
That's what I mean. So it's like.
That's what I mean. Like, oh, my favorite character of all time is Crash Bandicoot. You're a psychopath if you say that.
Really? I know some people who love
100%, dude. If I come across anybody that says my favorite video game character of all time is Crash Bandicoot, what are you smoking, dude? I want to stay as far away from you as possible. Like you live in a dumpster, and that's fine, but just stay away from me, dude.
He spins
but like
he's a mask, and he puts he spins around here, puts a mask. He's like, boop, 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 and he's just like running around like that.
The Crash games are great. Like they're great, but like to call him their favorite character, dude, he's an icon. He's a mascot. He's a logo for PlayStation for a long time, for Naughty Dog for a long time. Now it's Nathan Drake and Ellie and all that, but in terms of Steve is not a character. He's a logo. He's just a logo. He's an icon.
Oh my god, I'm leaving Steve behind in 2025. If anyone pops up in the comments says Steve, it's gonna be shouted out.
Yes.
Final comment though. This literally came in like literally came in hijacked the entire thing. This was from Alex0009, and they put hot take: BTS Chloe is best. is better than Chloe. Which I was like, yeah, you can't avoid that comment. It's gonna
that
come
person is their favorite character of all time is Crash Bandicoot. That's the person I'm talking about right there. Talking about, dude.
Timing of that. They like came in late.
Go
And
to
I was like,
sleep.
that comment
Go
came
to
in really
sleep.
late, and it was like literally taken. And it's like, yeah, you're up for that. Obviously, that's in reference to if you watch the last part, it is about Chloe Price being the Guinness World Records, which is turned out to be quite funny, and she's in there with everything. I'm going to respectfully disagree with that.
Yeah, proper villain right there.
Oh my god, no, it's just very. But again, that's why it's so hard for Rihanna DeVries to ever play Chloe Price in double exposure, because they are two different Chloes. They really are. And I'll die on that hill. Rihanna DeVries cannot play an older Chloe Price, in my opinion, because that Chloe Price is so different. I would even argue, for example, that Gabriella Hirsch would play a better Chloe Price in the older version. She was she was Chloe's mocap actor from the first game, but she could do it better because she's got that Victoria energy. She's got that kind of thing. Like if you're gonna do a Victoria, if you're going to do a Chloe Price older version as a character, it would kind of have to be by an actor like Victoria Diamond, in my opinion. So when you saw with like when she did the energy and stuff with like Dylan and stuff, it would be like a natural evolution of Chloe, but in a different kind of way, and it's away from what Ashley Birch does. You have to change it. You can't do it. And the same with the BTS Chloe and Life is Strange 1 Chloe are so different. It just shows you where one is just, for me, superior. It's like, for example, bringing Rachel Amber in. You start doing things where you start messing with certain parts of what a story vision is, and it starts to conflict with each other. So it's the same with when you say, well, BTS Chloe, they try to make them more likable because like they're trying to sand off the abrasiveness, but it's like, no, that has to stay there. She is a very abrasive character. She's Marmite. She's a Marmite character, which is good. You need that with characters. You need someone who's Marmite. That's a very English reference. But, you love it or you hate it. You eat it and it's like, it's amazing, or it's like absolutely horrible. It's like, that's what she is. So you have to really nail that kind of thing with her. And I think you play a really risky game by doing what they do. So that is a hot take. It's a very, very hot take within things. So yeah, we'll wrap that up. But yeah, if you've got a comment, leave it in the comment section. We'll pick it out for the next episode for comment of the podcast. So yeah, please do leave them there. Adam, spread the arts. Thomas Merch said to me, I need to say it in the merchant's voice, which is that, what you're playing.
What are you playing?
Or what you're doing. That's a better way of doing it. It could be anything.
Man, like I said, man, I finished Still Wakes the Deep, and dude, that's a great game, dude. It's so good. That story is incredible, dude. I think it does not overstay its welcome. It's only like 3 to 4 hours long. And it's a good, nice thriller with an ending that does not disappoint you. I think it does. I think it does justice for what it is. So, I'll just say one of them is Still Wakes Deep, because I mentioned it before, saying I started it, now I finished it. So it's proper, dude. I like it a lot. I'm gonna just talk a little bit about. Once again, I talked too much about Stranger Things 5. First 4 episodes, I watched them.
Yes.
I think the Duffer Brothers know that they're coming up to the end, and these first 4 episodes, man, they're just like, hey, just quick to the audience. They're like looking at the audience like, hey, we're wrapping things up here. We're gonna cut some ties here. Like the last scene of episode 4, we're just like, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. The hot takes I've seen of just like, oh man, like I can't believe they're going this route. How could if you watch, like, once again, I'm so glad I watched all 4 seasons in a row to see all the pieces together, because I think the biggest problem with Stranger Things is that because it was so long in terms of like putting out seasons, it all feels disconnected.
Yeah.
Watching it all as a one whole thing, if you watch it as movie 1, movie 2, movie 3, like you see all those pieces together.
Mhm.
Season 5, dude, like they know what their role is, and I really enjoy it so far. I think this is going to be a really good season. I think this is going to be a good final piece to the puzzle. So it's going to wrap it up really nicely. But so far, episodes 1 through 4 of Stranger Things 5, brother, they know what they're doing. They know they're coming up to the end. So I like it. I like it a lot.
Very nice.
Go check it out. Yeah.
Good. So I like that pick. And the Stranger Things redemption arc continues for me as well, which is always a big pun.
Yeah. Again, I think once I saw it all as a whole, I started to appreciate it more. I'm like, okay, now it feels less disconnected because I was only watching it release by release. So like I had those years of separation.
Mhm.
Whole, good. It's very good.
Good. I haven't really done much this week, but I did watch Jurassic Park recently, so I'll put that back out there. The first one. Oh my god, it's weird, man. It just feels weird. That's in the 90s, and it feels like we're in this different time and world. So
It holds up. The CGI holds up in that movie, dude. Even on VHS, it holds up, dude. Like that's how great that technology was, man.
Yeah,
it's great.
It was great from everything. Then even the characters and writing perspective as well. When Ian Malcolm's like laughing in the helicopter, that's me in the energy. It was like, he like just keeps laughing. It's like that's like me for what it is. Yeah, I think like he just that was peak Spielberg. That was just like unbelievable. That was like that came out in the same year as Schindler's List. Wild. Like to be a range of an actor to have those two kind of opposite films to have that. But yeah, truly like defining it. It just shows like how different the quality is. It's not even boomer thing of like, oh, our music's better. Our music is better. We had Fall Out Boy. But like anyway, like it's just like when you look at the difference of like the quality in the storytelling, the worlds and the immersion and how much you're willing to give autonomy to people to kind of make something which was special and stand out. Truly magical. I really enjoyed watching it again. I was like, this is amazing from start to finish, like really high end quality, and characters are great as well. Even the kids are annoying, but still like good characters and well written. And even that scene where like clever girl, and it's like bang, Samuel Jackson's in there. That's crazy, man. Like what a film, man. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Really enjoyed it. So
I'm gonna recommend you one game that I said in the beginning of the first one. It is on PlayStation Extra. Dude, thank goodness you're here. I think you would really like.
Oh God.
I think you would love it because it's very British humor. It's very Monty Python like coded, and it's only like an hour or two long, and it's on PlayStation Extra. It's a fun, dude. It's fun, dude. That's all I'll say. It's very British. I would say you would love that a lot.
I'll have to check it out. It's going to put on the list.
Yes.
I need to play Dispatch, man. It's on my list, but I just haven't had time to even pick it up and stuff like.
But thank goodness you're here. You have it, and it's only an hour or two long. That's it.
That's true. Yeah, I will look at it from there. So yeah,
yes,
we'll wrap up here. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll give a shout out to our Patreon subscribers. So obviously we have the wonderful Kevin Lackner, Sunday, Clare, McLoughlin, Jake, Carly, Goldberry, Kevin Kestis, Clarx, MrAnselmi, Spunger, Lost Fan, Paul Groschke, Xavier, and Ashlyn Nala. So thank you so much for the Patreon support. It is very much deeply appreciated. If you missed this incentive, we will have one up next month. And we're working on another project, which hopefully we have time to get off the ground soon. Fingers crossed. I need to get that in the motion. So stay tuned for that when it gets announced. So we're done here. Hopefully you get this in the week that's coming out. I'm recording the 29th. It's just been a lot of moving parts. Honestly, I'm at the end of the year, man. I'm just like, I want to be done now. Like, just get me out of this year. Like, we were talking about this on the podcast. We're like, we want to get out of 2025. And it's like, we just want to be done with this now. So, but yeah, thank you for joining us, though. We'll wrap up here. So let us leave your thoughts in the comments. Let us know any of the topic things that we talked about. If you have any comments, you can get featured in the next episode. It's always a good thing. So yeah, we'll sign off here. Thank you for joining us. If you are new here, please do consider dropping subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like the video, and share with your friends. And the StrangeCast is available on all podcast services. So check us out on Spotify with the video version, Apple Podcasts. Go and check us out there. Go and follow us and go and download us and go and rate us. It helps boost our visibility. Well, we're going to sign off here. So thank you for joining us. Stay tuned. StrangeCast will be back soon. Sam Bradley's interview is going to come into the next part of next month, unfortunately. So yes, hopefully that comes out soon. So yeah, take care, guys. Bye.
Later.
Ready for the mosh pit, Shaka Bra.